What is up? Welcome to the wonderful world of Warcraft Shadowlands. My name is Workbringer, and today I am bringing you my very first Mythic +10 as a Protection Paladin. I'm very proud of this, been working up to it, been doing some planning, some gearing, and right now you just saw my little ritual pre-grouping there, getting the buffs up and whatnot. I spent at least an hour or so planning this route for Halls of Atonement. This is a very clean route, not the fastest route, but a very clean route and simple route to remember, in my opinion. Does not require a rogue, does not require any special skips, nothing special here. So, running into a double pull here, Divine Steed, Avenging Wrath, Divine Toll. So divine. Getting aggro on the bears. And this tells you a lot about the group right out of the gate. That warrior ate a thrust is what that was, I would guess. And then the next thing is, okay, with a bunch of things happening, how much kiting help am I getting? Now, it is a Spiteful. This is my first time running Spiteful. So when ads die, or meaningful ads, not all of the ads, but a lot of them, they spawn these little ghosts. And they will just fixate on someone. You can't tank them. They do big damage if they touch you, like half your health. The mage pulled that. Maybe they have combustion or something. That's big no-nos in my book, but, you know, I'm with it. So very awkwardly pulling in this pack over here. However, things are going okay, and I want to just keep it moving here. You don't always have the perfect cooldowns, like Avenger Shield happening. We're seeing some good CC and some stunning. I am pulling this pack away. Everyone respects that. Which is good. Because had we pulled that Gargon pack, it would have been over. But we have the Gargoyle in. I am very strict with 10s. And I feel like I've said this in other videos, but with 10s, I come in, like anything 10 and higher in a pug. I don't care how people, like, you know, I don't care what people say. Like below 10, I don't say anything. Like there's not really a lot to talk about. But my route is so precise in these. And in this one, I ask, you know, who's the Venthyr? When I apply to these pug groups for Halls of Atonement, I say, don't accept me if there's no Venthyr. I'm like, there has to be a Venthyr or I can't do this route with you. Which I think actually gives the key holder, in this case is the warrior, it gives them confidence. So in this case, the key owner is the Venthyr, so that's lovely. But yeah, this place without a Venthyr, just don't do it at +10. It's just no good. So I'm out here kiting this Gargon by myself. 4 stacks, not the best. Hodge it. Someone mentioned it in the comments, and it's been a lifesaver comment. I can use my Phial of Serenity, which is my Kyrian potion there, to clear bleed stacks. OP in Halls of Atonement. Once I read that comment, to be absolutely honest, this place just clicked for me. I designed a route. I'm now level 207, and I'm like, let's do this. And so I would like to say, actually, that this is my first time fighting a Prideful and that I beat it. Sadly, that is not the case. The first over 9 dungeon I did was actually an 11. And the group were, like, killers. And I have the video. I'll probably put it up there, but we didn't time it. But I don't think we died at all. It was just like 11's tough DPS wise. And they were killers. We were killing the DPS. And we were over by like, I think 30 seconds or something like that. We didn't even die. So I did do like an incredible first time ever spawning a Prideful. The group was great and we slayed it. And I think they were coming from like 12s and like it was a big boy group. So they kind of helped carry it. However, my route worked fine, but we were just a little slow. It was also my first time ever dealing with the Spitefuls, these shades, and I had no idea what to do with them. So now I kind of know, and I kind of told the group, I'm like, you know, you don't have to kill the Spitefuls. Like, it's a lot of time. So like, say we're about to leave the room, just leave them. And so we do that here because we lose, you know, you lose 5 seconds. Everyone just chilling, killing the last Spiteful. I'm like, the Spiteful will just die. So we killed Prideful. Healed through it pretty clean. This is very good. Holy Paladin. I don't know that much about it despite wanting to play it. But, like, I think with the cooldowns, you know, our health bars, like, didn't move all the way through Prideful. However, This is not just like a face rolling through this kind of run, let me tell you. I had to work for this run, and I guess that feels good. It wasn't like, honestly, the 11 I did first did it. I just did my route, and the group was like stunning everything and like very not butt pulling anything and just very respectful. Yeah, that shade, leave it. There's a shade back there. It's gonna die before it gets to anybody. But everyone, the hunter's still shooting at it. And I'm like, leave that alone. Don't go into combat because then you can't run. So, this warrior in the beginning ate a thrust or two, landed behind here. So, you know, something of note. Shieldy shield do not have divine toll. Big mistake. Messy, messy run. Messy, messy. Super messy. Wipey messy. Very bad. I still haven't used toll. And I was just trying to go too quick. Rushed into this one. Beware. Not my proudest pull. On plus 10, Halkias is a bit dangerous. We do have a priority kick. I haven't even marked it. This is garbage. I can't believe how bad this is. I'm happy to get this run done to time of 10. But I had run this, to be honest, I ran an 11, super clean. And then I ran, I think, 3 10s to get this one to actually finish. And I swear I did this one cleaner. And I still have the recordings, but the ones we didn't time, we finished all of them. They were like a minute over, like a minute and a half over sometimes. People just, the people were butt pulling things. They were body pulling mobs, and one of them is a priest and couldn't really heal through Pridefuls. And this is a pretty tough one. So, however, this is 100% my battle. Let's watch this. Oh no, that wasn't it. There's some real crazy moments here. So I realize we're all still low, and I'm giving some people the flash heal, but we gotta keep moving. We must keep the moving. And had I waited like I think 5 seconds, which is awkward, and it's awkward as the tank to wait. People are like, and that fire mage had already pre-pulled on a pack for me as I'm slow footing it to them. But they were very confident. I was targeted. I think they saw. I had marked already, and so they pulled. But you're just generally not trying to wait. So I tried to pull it off, and I would have had Divine Toll if I waited, and that I would have had instant aggro, and it was bad. We have a fire mage, so if they can bust, they would just eat all the aggro. But thus is life. This is my route. It's slow. Oh, killed 2 mobs, but like jumping down, I need voice comms. And I need voice comms. I'm not jumping down in a pug, in a 10. It's too delicate. This run is very delicate. And if anyone body pulls, I have to, on the fly, do math in my head about count. As we're waiting, I tell them, don't stand there. That's my gargoyle. And there's a patrol. Don't stand there. Right? I'm looking at that hunter. Anyone, any range. Like how would they know, right? It's like, don't stand there. Obviously, that would pull the pack. There's a patrol. Just don't stand there. Was that my Hodge? No, that was the Holy Paladin Hodge. They know what's up. Anyway, see that patrol? I don't want that patrol. Right? That one little patrol breaks this run, and that's the route. And that's why I've been so like timid about doing 10s. It's like I need to know it. I need to know how to tell people how to do it. Because guess what happens when this Gargon dies? Prideful. If we had that little dude, he'd still be running around in here. It'd be kind of an issue. I'm kind of cutting the Prideful away. But everything's fine. We get down the 2 little Spitefuls. Here's our second Pride, right? In the middle of the garden. Right? It's like, oh, don't we want to use Prideful on a boss? Well, let me show you. Let me show you how this route does the Pride. I really want to go get those Kyrian orbs over there, but I'm not gonna. It's too dangerous. The person that gets those little arrows, you just stay still. So we don't, it like stuns you. Okay, so we have Prideful buff now. We're going to do big deeps, big deeps. I need to get aggro and everything first, and then we pull in the friend. And this is a big pull on a 10 with Spiteful. We have a curse going off, unfortunately. So I didn't do like the priority kicks correctly. But this Gargon is ripping. And so is the hunter. Oh my god, I didn't even look at the DPS. The hunter and the mage are doing like big damage. And like legit, we actually leave these shades alone, but like they're still fighting them, so there we go. So this is looking sexy, right? still have Prideful for that mini Halkias, right? This is the power of this run. I don't have aggro on that. Rip. Collections get stunned. Curse of Obliteration goes off. Bad start. But this is it. We're sitting on Prideful. We pulled the Gargoyle. We decimated some like huge amount of count back there. And we even had Pride going into the beginning of this. And the faster we clear the trash in the beginning, like if it's not spiteful, honestly, we'd be fine. But then wouldn't you know, Hunter in the background body pulls the bads. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. He feigns death, but gets back up too quick. And now I'm just watching my run die. Right? This is what you cannot have happen on a +10 if you're trying to have like a nice tight route, is body pulling. It's a wipity woo. It's like I was like, we're gonna get Prideful during this. I was like, this breaks it. We're supposed to have Prideful at a very controlled time for the boss. No, warrior dead, healer dead, right? Like dead key. Dead key. But I want this key to time. I don't want to die. I want to live. Look at the mage's health. Oh my god. The warrior and the mage died. You can outrange the thrashing. You can outrange it. And so that's how they're alive. Warrior back, me almost dead. I'm back to full health with the crit. Warrior, you probably gonna die too. Spiteful's running around. Lived it. And then what happens? The worst case scenario ever is Prideful spawns not where I want it. Not for the boss. Trust me, this route, if you do it right, we get Prideful right for the boss. Right for Halkias. No big deal. And so everyone's like dead. I'm out here tanking Prideful. Healer's not here. Healer's probably like, we're just going to wipe, right? And Workbringer says, we're not wiping. I'm not wiping to this. This ghost boy, no thank you. I'm going to live this. And these crit word of glories, I'm living. Healer dead again. Sorry, healer. But Workbringer, bringing the work out here. Prideful +10. Prot Paladin don't care. Again, if you watched one of my early videos, it was me soloing Mythic boss as well. Apparently, I can kind of solo a Mythic 10 Prideful. Word of glory. Do the dance. Do the dance. And I always feel like, even if everyone dies around me, like look how much time we've lost. These people just coming back over here and dying to Prideful. It's like, just let Workbringer finish the Prideful for y'all. Right? Just killed that Prideful by myself. No, I lived it though, because of the strength of my heals. Okay, so I want people to chill. I don't know if they're gonna. It seems like a sacked run, but I didn't die, and there is hope when the tank doesn't die, I think. We're sitting on this Prideful buff, and I'm like, you run super fast, feels good with the Gargons, and I'm like, blow these mother effers up. Now, we're still gonna have a bit of that buff, but like, it's not what I wanted. The way I have this designed is you don't butt pull that pack back there, and you get Prideful for the whole thing. And so we're just burning the Prideful on these Spitefuls. We don't want to... I'm not going to, like, you know... I think I would kill us if we just jumped right in, because they're still cleaning them up, right? And that mage is real far away, so I'm just sitting there sad. Heal everyone up. Let's stabilize everyone. Take a breath, right? It was a bit of a wipe fest. Hunter body pulled. You know it. But that Hunter also bringing big deeps. Okay, so we're going to stick in the corner here. And with this route, I can't clear all the trash that I like to. So what you have to do is play the Halkias very tight. But luckily it's fortified. Right? So it's trash, hits hard, bosses do nothing. And man, do I like fortified. Because like this boss on Tyrannical takes forever. Even with Prideful, probably. It's like, it takes a long time to kill this thing. Well, there's like at least 2 spinny phases. Not here. So, luckily that Hunter who butt pulled, I'm like, how are you doing these big damage numbers but you're butt pulling mobs that are just sitting there? They just, those groundkeepers were just minding their own business and your Hunter ass walked into them. Why? You're trying to ruin my 10. I'm just trying to ruin my 10. Making it back up though with these single target DPS. Ooh. Anyway, you gotta play this one a lot tighter as a tank. because you don't want to pull those or the pat to the right. Now, look how awkward it is when paladins don't have a shield. There's Avenger shield. There we go. And Toll's right after. I don't wait, though. We don't wait. We keep it moving. The only time I'll, like, wait for a pack like that is if also the healer's at, like, 10% or 5% mana, and it's not a druid. Druids have, like, I forget what it is. I love playing Resto. I forget the word at the moment, but they have something where, like, they can cast for free. That's a sketch displace, whoever did that. Because if we pulled the groundskeepers again, we'd be in a bad place. So we're finishing these up. Right, there's going to be some spitefuls. We killed the boss quite confidently, very quickly. This feels good, but I'm concerned on time. Not because I've died. I stayed alive the whole time, but all those other people died, so that's like 50 seconds gone or something. I think it's 5 seconds per death, so we have 11. It's not good. Anyway, moving on. Another spiteful. These things are like time killers, man. They kill you. So bad. Anyway, I tell him, or I'm telling myself to, we're overcount. But by how much? We're overcount by 4 groundskeepers. And I'm like, how much is that? So I'm continuing with the pull here. And what would have been safer as I'm looking at it now, I misturned to stone, but they get it, luckily. I burned it too early. A little flustered, I guess. What would have been safer is to only take 2 of those. I took that 4-pack at the stairs down there. It would have been safer to actually only kill 2. And then possibly use the buffer as the extra Gargon when we're back up the stairs. But I didn't really... that wasn't the call I made. I was like, I'm staying on route, right? This is the exact route, except for those four people. And I tell them, I'm like, stay right on me. We're skipping that patrol, normally kill it. We have very lucky timing with the Stoneborn there. That's not the loyal one. Perfect. Perfect. We have 79 count. We need 80 to get Pride. Do not pull both. Pulling both wouldn't have been the worst. But we get it. We have stabilized, right? It's like not a big deal. Not a big deal. You could LOS this, but I didn't do it, right? I just got it through the face. Or maybe they fixed it. You used to be like... I've seen people LOS that /. It doesn't hurt, but whatever. We're making up the time. We made up time there by not having to fight this. We skipped a Gargon. We basically skipped a Gargoyle. When there's a Stormborn Slasher down there I normally kill as part of count, and then we come up here at 79. So we actually traded one Gargon... Or, I'm sorry, we traded one Stoneborn essentially for 4 of those, like, those little dudes. And it worked out perfectly. But this is not the route. Anyway, here comes Prideful. And we're back on track. I think we made it up with that skip. That skip's kind of slow. And if you have a rogue, you can do a mega fast version of it. But you need a rogue, right? I got stunned. It's okay. We're living it. I wasn't going to pop CD for that Divine Shield. Nope. Holding that. We're going to need that one later. So we're doing the thing. We've actually made up maybe 20 seconds. Maybe even longer. 20, 30 seconds. Because it's kind of an awkward situation with no rogue here. Or a guild group where, like, I can give everyone, like, invis potions beforehand to be like, we know how to use invis potions. Like, you know, like, or the belt if you have that. Anyway, all low health, but, like, we are using this buff, okay? So it's not tyrannical. I didn't want to do Prideful Tyrannical because it's just hard. It's kind of like Prideful damage buff just kind of like reverses the extra health they get. Doesn't feel good. Feels good to like destroy the bosses. So the way this works is everyone's supposed to come into melee for it. People mostly do. And it means I don't have to like really group them up as much. That mage freaked me out so bad. I thought they were going to drop this though. I don't know what they did, but they gamed it. Whoever had that, I don't know what happened, but it looked like they were going to drop him not on the ads. But then they did. And I don't know what happened, but thank goodness. I was about to type like I was about to type it like, oh no, but I decided to just keep tanking and let them do what they're going to do. But they're gamers. They did it. Big deeps too. Like look at these single digit numbers, right? 5K, 5.5, 5.3, 5. That's what you need in these plus 10s. That's what you need, or else it's hard, right? Boom, blew him up. Now, I take a second here and I tell him, I'm telling him, come here. And like, this is much easier on voice comms and PUGs. People are like, what are you doing? Like, you're wasting time. I'm like, look how crazy this pull is. with Spiteful. It's nuts. It's not good. It's not good. So we bring them all out. It's not perfect because someone didn't LOS. And guess who it is? The Hunter. See the Hunter just like sitting there in the middle? The Huntsman didn't come out because the Hunter didn't LOS. But anyway, Hunter's bringing big deeps. I'll take it. Mage bringing huge deeps. This is Hunter. Freaking Hunter Fire Mage, man. It's Hunter Fire Mage Rogue. I mean, this is it. Okay, so Loyal goes off. Rip. It literally ripped to the Warrior. This Warrior died a bunch. Okay, they died a lot. I don't know what's going on. But that dude's costing me count. And I'm real nice to him at the end. You'll see. I feel bad. Actually, because, yeah, I'll share the end. But anyway, look at this shit. There's bears running around. They dead, though. The hunts people... Hunts lady, she's running around, and then there's all these Spitefuls running around, and like you want to do that in that little room? No. This is a much better place to do this, and people don't do this. I never see it. People just jump in there. I'm like, it's garbage in there. And if you have to kite through the doors, which you can kind of miss it. You know what I mean? And those bears, because you're kiting away, if you have like 3 stacks. And they're enraged, and you take 1 hit in the back, you're dead. So it's much safer to just do it out there. I don't think there's really any meaningful time lost compared to like the potential of wiping is quite high. So most people know this play at this point, but maybe they don't know the Workbringer play of bringing the bears outside, right? We bring them all back. That's how we're doing it. We're making good time. This is feeling good. Warrior died. Definitely did not need to die. That's 5 seconds. But Warrior's also bringing big deep, so, you know, doing the thing. Kiona. Ooh, these melt. Now, I'm pretty confident in a control group. I would be like, just leave. Don't fight these, but they're fighting them. I'm like, just walk towards the boss. They're gonna die. So that's like, you know, 5 seconds, whatever. Man, have I seen people F this broom up. It's not hard. It's not hard. Like, first of all, only the tank grabs the gargoyle. I'll tell them in the beginning, and if they give me any guff about it, I leave. I'm like, whatever. If like no deep DPS do not pull the gargoyle. On the 11 I ran, and I think 11's probably scaled just a little bit higher. Again, a warrior. The warrior pulled their own gargon because they knew the timing. It was the right time to do it. That warrior got cut to 50% health when it hit him. So yeah. It just doesn't have the mitigation like a tank is gonna have. So I take it. I know the timings. My computer almost crashed. Would have been so sad. Saw it jump there. But yeah, tank rules is don't body pull anything. Don't pre-pull anything. I'll accept the Fire Mage one because I had already targeted it, I believe. And yeah, don't touch the Gargons. You don't know if I want them. You don't know when I want them. For this count, and you just gotta trust. You know, you can't be pulling Gargons. Under 10, pull them in. Do what you want. I still would rather they didn't, but it's more for this 10, 11, 12s. You know, now that I'm doing 10 and 11s, it's like yeah, don't touch the Gargon. You don't know. Now we could have pulled the other Gargon too, but we're just slaying her. Do we even need it? It's like more of a loss of DPS to have someone go get it, to be honest. But yeah, so I pre-typed in this one. Please start with the back of the room. And this is a strat that has to be done the higher and higher. And luckily, when I did the 11, they did do that. Because basically on Fortified, these hurt. These little red things, the red pool on the ground hurts. And the little manifestation of envy, these hurt. And they also kind of fixate. You can kind of round them up as a tank, but you can kind of also, it's also kind of not though. Like they just kind of go off and do their own thing. I bopped the other paladin. And they kind of just fixate. Like you can kind of tank them, but it's not that straightforward. So if everyone just starts pulling everything, the manifestations come from everywhere, and I have no chance at picking them back up. If we kill the back of the room, then the front, I can stand in the middle and pretty confidently, one, bring the, what's this called, Inquisitor Sigor or whatever? He could come to the middle of the room for me, right? Because he's just too far away to cast at me, so he comes down the room. And it brings all the manifestations also right to me. And by then I'm standing in the middle of the room, and then we proceed to the front, right? And this has gone pretty well, right? Then we drag him up here. Thank you for everyone to help silence. I think people know this. is we're gonna put every second of Prideful onto that boss outside, especially when the timer's a little bit tight like this. It's not the tightest. Like, we're not plus 2ing because of all those wipes. And honestly, that might have been my no, actually, it wasn't the bad pull. Oh, it was the hunter. So this dungeon had a bad pull by me. I went in with no aggro, rip, onto a really dangerous pack too. Not good. And then the hunter body pulled, which wiped like 8 people. And people just kept dying. I kept living. Anyway, kill this dude here. We're going to spawn the Pride. The thing that makes it a little awkward is like, okay, I just hodge that. I'm like, cleave it. Or maybe someone priority target it. Like, we know. No one wants to get touched by that. Basically, if that ad touches you, you get half health. If it touches you again, you dead. It's like pretty quick. But we got it down. We got some bangers out here. Now, the hunter, move in. The hunter, you don't move. As soon as you get that crossing on you, if you don't move, everyone else moves. If you move, it's just sketch, right? So them's the rules of engagement. Someone got hit, that mage, but H-Pal, boom. Punchy heals. Punchy heals. Let's get this Pride down. Right? I healed the Paladin. And we're going. We're going. I'm going to Divine Steed it. Yeah, I am. There's that Steed. Woo, we going. Let's get this guy. I'm like 4 minutes. I've done it in, like on Tyrannical. I think we could finish this, but let's burn it. I'm not gonna lie, I think I get hit by a statue. Do I get hit? Yeah, backed up into it. Yo, sometimes you make the wrong call, but you know, I'm right back on him. And we already pushed him into this phase, and then the time warp. Ooh, I see. This mage knows what's up. This fire mage knows what's going on. Big damage. Still got 30 seconds of Prideful buff. We are pumping. Mage, 7.3 single. Marksman Hunter also getting into 7k. Like, what? And then I'm pulling 3, which is the highest I've ever gone because of Prideful. I could have immune that probably for the damage, but like, I'm like, let's just play it cool here. Warrior dies. This warrior, he's the key owner. And thank you for coming for the key, but man, you were dead a lot. What happened, man? How many times does this warrior die on this run? His armor must be like at 0. We had Prideful like that entire time and just burned this down. It's mage and it's the hunter, and boom, I got the achievement. That's my first plus 10. Ooh, feels good. My goodness, took a screenshot. That's my first 10 that I've timed, man. I've finished 11s, I've finished 10s, but this was it. I've been working towards this for quite a while. Takes planning, takes communication, takes pumpers for the DPS, and the healer did really well too. This I feel bad about because, like, okay, so like I don't really need that much 200 level gear, so a plus 10 is really just for IO for me and for fun and for Great Vault. I don't need a 2. I have a 207. Like, there's not that much I need. And the warrior asked me, "Who's the leader? Like, you know, do you need this?" And I'm like, "Nope." And I checked him to make sure that he does actually need it. It's not that huge as upgrade. And I was like, "Yeah, here you go." And then after I gave it to him, the Paladin didn't speak up. The Paladin rolled. And I was like, "Oh, you needed it?" Like, I would have rather given it to the Pally, to be honest. I mean, he's the like, group leader, but like, you know, give it to the fellow servant of the light. Anyway, that's my first time plus 10. I hope you enjoyed it. It didn't go well. My route's dope, though. I'm telling you, that route is the route. But, you know, if things go wrong, you can still save it. First plus 10 in the bag. Lots more to come. See you on the next video.